On the graves, in the cracks of 1,000 leaves, somewhere in between.
My life of consumption and accumulation can be summed up in one sentence. There has to be something out there that's better than what I currently own. That's what I used to think. Even marginally better is still better, right? The perfect pair of jeans, the slight variation in the 5 brown lip liners I just had to have, the outfit combination that will solve the riddle that is my personal style, the hair or skincare routine that will be transformative. I enjoyed the lead up, the research, reading the 6,000 reviews that would ensure that I made the perfect decision. And while I've discovered some fantastic products along the way and I've learned so much about my personal style, and in some ways it has been fun, much of what I've tried has been a letdown on top of all the money that I've wasted. I have a history of cycles of minimalism. My husband and I are naturally more minimal in the things that we own and our wardrobes, but I personally can grow bored very quickly and be inspired very quickly. When I first set out to discover my personal style, minimalism and capsule wardrobes were heavily pushed, so it was easy for me to get on board. It was especially easy for me to get rid of my entire closet. I love fresh starts. A Monday, a new year, a new season, a new wardrobe. I've gotten a handle on the wardrobe aspect and I've been practicing contentment and thoroughly enjoying and wearing the clothes that I have. I even have a waiting season for my decluttering process. I usually wait an entire season, which I am finally ready to let go of some things I've been hanging on to since my youth. So a sentimental sweatshirt, for example, that I never wear. It's 100% polyester. I feel trapped and sweaty when I wear it. So I am finally ready to let some things go. But now the time has come for me to start planning my fall and winter wardrobe. And normally I would be ecstatic to start shopping, but I found myself craving simplicity and wanting to pump the brakes and be more intentional this year. I enjoy personal style and exploring shapes and silhouettes and thoughts around building an outfit, but I don't think getting dressed needs to be a mathematical equation. If you've ever seen those styling versus wearing videos, I feel like the pressure is you can't just simply wear your clothes. You can't just throw on a nice sweater with some flattering jeans and a beautiful loafer and call it a day, that you need to do extra. And while a lot of those videos do show a great before and after, and the styling doesn't have to be overly complicated, maybe add a belt, some jewelry, that I can get behind. But needing to be fully styled every time I get dressed, it's too much for me in this season. I think personal style should be fluid, fun, and a little instinctual. Of course, style can be mastered, instincts can be polished, but I've also experienced style exhaustion in the past when I've gotten into Kibbe and color season analysis and all of those rabbit holes. For me, feeling at home in my clothes is the ultimate goal. Not whether my clothes are fresh and modern and trendy enough. I've never really cared that much about trends. I do think they're fun to explore and to especially shop your closet because things always come back around. They're fun to explore in that way, but I don't think they should dictate your personal style. So this year, I'm using the 4x4 method by the Vivian Files. I've always wanted to use this method. I have shown this method in a very old video that is no longer up, but I didn't use the formula to purchase my clothing. I just used the clothes I already had to show the formula, but I want to do it from scratch this time. I am gonna film the entire process. I'm obviously going to use some things that I currently have in my wardrobe. I will need to purchase a few things. Looking at my fall and winter wardrobe from last year, I am not sure what I wore because I don't have that much. I think I just rotated the same few pieces over and over again. I am an outfit repeater, but I do want to explore making fun, fresh outfits with the same pieces. So that's why the 4x4 is really cool. It's just creating a little mix and match capsule for a season or for a vacation, for a work trip, whatever you need it for. That was one of the main reasons for this life shift and this video. I was thinking about building my fall wardrobe and how in the past I was too strategic. I was doing too much and I left my instincts out of it, the fun, the experience out of it, and the practicality. So I'm definitely going to revisit my style values. That's something I came up with for me a long time ago. And it's not only the practicality of my wardrobe, but also how I feel in my clothes. In the past, there were seasons where I did enjoy my wardrobe, but overall, I felt like it was never quite right. And really nailing down my style values, it helps me get to know my wardrobe and also explore what is going on, because I'm the one giving them my money, taking the clothes home, and then not wearing them. Another reason for the shift was my spending habits. There was a time when buying a pair of jeans was a discussion and we had to save. If either of us needed shoes or a pair of jeans, we had to sit down, figure out what we need, how much we need to save. And I remember saving for a while for one Cezanne top. I can't remember if it was a sweater or a blouse, but I just remember really wanting it. It wasn't as great as I thought it was going to be. I only own one Cezanne sweater right now. It's the Gaspard jumper. And even it isn't extremely flattering. It's not my favorite. The sleeves, from me rolling them up, because it's a very warm sweater, are kind of stretched out now. And I haven't gotten near enough wear as I should have for the price of that sweater. We're now in a place where we can spend more freely, thank God, but that doesn't mean we should. We have some financial goals, we have some debt, because when I was younger, I didn't really understand what a 1099 was and that you need to pay in. And I traveled for work at the time, so I had so many miles that I would break even. And then when I stopped traveling for work, the years just started stacking on top of each other. So I need to rein it in. I don't think that we are huge spenders. I'm the spendier one, but we do use wisdom. But I just think that we could tighten up. Well, I could tighten up. And I don't want to live apart from my values. I feel like overall we have been wise with our money, except for younger me and not quite understanding taxes. We don't just throw money away, but we have goals and I feel like we need to attack them. We were just having a discussion and I said, you know, it's easy to ignore. You want to ignore it, but it's not going to go away. It comes down to a lot of things: style fatigue, decision fatigue, a clutter-free life, which is amazing for my mental health, and a vision for our future. We have some ideas of how we want to tackle this. A low buy is definitely in the future, but if you have any advice, tips, you've been through this, getting debt-free, minimalism, all of that, please leave it down below. And thanks so much for watching.
When it's morning and my soul is clear, I look in the mirror.